Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Welcome to another day of triathlon training. Feels so good saying that again. Welcome to a random field in the middle of Loughborough. Nothing to write home about, I don't think. Anyway, why is your face so sweaty, Daniel? Well, let me tell you. I feel like I've drifted away from doing just like, daily training videos. Obviously I don't do daily videos anymore, but I feel like I've drifted away from training content just through having a few videos of events and certain topics I want to cover and stuff, and it's just fallen by the wayside. But I think it's beneficial to me for the accountability part, and also hopefully to some of you guys to see the training. So I'm going to try and make a concerted effort to do more of that. So you join me at Thursday lunchtime. I'll put the like Strava activities on screen now for what I'm going to talk about, but I thought I'd just recap my training week up to yet. This week has been going well, to be honest. So Monday, a steady 5-mile run at lunchtime, and then Monday tea time, did an hour just zone 2 on the bike. That was good. Tuesday, I did a 5-mile run at lunchtime with 5 times 1 minute pickups. So just striding on a little bit, not really intervals, just picking the pace up a little bit. I'm sort of easing myself in because I've had some calf issues in the last couple of weeks, but new trainers, and meaning that's all okay for the time being. Tuesday night did quite a hard interval session on the bike with the Ride Harder crew, some tempo, some sweet spot, big gear, that sort of stuff. Wednesday, 5-mile run at lunchtime, 10 minutes tempo in the middle, not really proper tempo, again just lifting the pace a little bit, just easing myself into these intervals. If I'm honest, I probably couldn't have gone much quicker. I think my tempo pace was 7.5 minute miling, and I probably couldn't have gone much quicker than that, so I paced it well, it was okay. Then Wednesday evening I went for a swim. That was the worst swim I've ever been to, not in terms of my actual swimming, although that was average. In the lane I was in, there was a lady doing, I know it's a public lane, you can't moan about people sharing a lane. Aqua aerobics was on in 5 lanes. That was, so it was like the sea in the other 2 lanes we could swim in. There was a lady doing a backstroke kick with a float above her head with fins on, so she was like a torpedo, but of course was just wiping everybody out of the sight because she couldn't see where she was going. Me and another bloke swimming like normally, and then some breaststrokers. Like, it was just carnage, but I got 2k done eventually, just got it done, dusted. Then today I've just done a 30-minute steady jog. So this is the first week I've really been following a plan from Matt running wise. He had sent me a plan from like 4 weeks ago, but of course with illness and injury I hadn't started it, so this is it. Today is a bit of a bonus run, to be honest, meaning that I've added it onto the plan. Main reason being I'm trying to get into better habits. So I'm at work today in the office, and if I don't go for a run at lunchtime, I think I'm more tempted to go to Subway or eat stuff that I shouldn't, or so on. So I'm just trying to get into good habits, and if that habit is going for exercise at lunchtime, it doesn't always need to be a run, it might turn into a walk some days. I'm just trying to break that mold of doing bad things. Thank you to those who messaged me or commented on a previous video about Atomic Habits by James Clear. I'm listening to it now. Thank you very much. Normally when I get suggestions like that, I just say, oh, cheers for that, and I wouldn't look into it, but there was that many people that recommended it. I thought, you know what, I'm actually gonna make a concerted effort to go and do this. So I've read it, I've got an audiobook, I'm about halfway through it, and already I can relate to so much of it. So I'm not going to stand here and preach and say the whole thing's amazing, so as I say, I haven't read it all, but definitely so far it relates to life, training, business, all that sort of stuff. But for me, I was relating to it. One specific part talked about goals and targets, and how output goals don't always change the input. I probably muddled those words, but what it basically meant was, and I could relate to this, like I write down quite often, Ironman Wales 2022, do really well, and it doesn't change what I do day to day. And that's what the point of that book, well, that part of the book was saying, that you basically need to change your input. So change those habits. Don't go to Subway, eat a salad, and then you'll perform better at Ironman Wales, that sort of thing. I've probably done a terrible job of describing that, and this has just ticked over 4 minutes. That's plenty of me talking for a minute. I'll see you tonight for a bike session. All right, good evening. I would love to pretend that this is the same day that I did that clip. However, it's not. It's the day after. I ended up taking a rest night yesterday. Basically, when I got home, my legs just felt tired. I just felt tired in general. I've done pretty well in my training up to yet, as I've already bleated on about. So I'm doing the training session tonight. It was initially planned to be tonight anyway, so I was only pulling it forward. So, on the bike in a minute. However, we've got a bit of a buffet going off in here. Elizabeth, hello.
Hello.
You've not been in the video for a while. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
People thought you'd moved on.
Thought about it.
What have you been doing?
Working hard.
Oh, hardly working. Where's all this food going?
In the fridge. This is to take to the cycling club presentation evening tomorrow night.
Yes.
I'm responsible for the vegan people.
Yeah, and you won't believe it, there's only 4 vegans going, but I think we're feeding for about 50, so
yeah.
we've got plenty of food, haven't we?
Going hungry, do we?
Yeah. Derby, whatever it is,
miles.
10 miles. Oh, in fact, you will have done that by the time this video goes out. So I'll put a thing on screen now of Liz's Derby 10 mile time. Well done in advance.
Thanks, let's hope it goes well.
Exactly. We're just having a bit of a discussion about my new thing in the kitchen, which is a fruit bowl. And
No,
boy,
we had a fruit bowl, just not where you wanted it.
okay, so I wasn't quite allowed to have it where I wanted it initially. Liz, why aren't you eating satsumas?
Because it gives me mouth ulcers.
That is not a real thing.
I bet you there's people on here that get mouth ulcers from satsumas.
Why though?
Like the citrus in it, I don't know.
What did you tell me earlier when I challenged you about that?
What did I say?
You said,
ask my mum.
yeah.
And also, I feel like eating one just to prove a point.
Anyway, I need to get on the bike. So I used to show you like every training session. Now I've got into the habit of not showing you any. So here we go. Tonight's session is, it says 5 p.m. It's actually 6:30. 3 times 12 minutes. Tempo, but big gear effort. So 60 RPM, that's like grinding. The point of it is getting muscular endurance gains with less time. So doing big gear efforts makes that happen in less time, apparently. So 12 minutes of tempo isn't particularly hard, but the big gear efforts will be, that'll make it a bit more tough. I don't use erg mode on these sorts of intervals because I feel like erg mode, you get into a bit of like I think they call it the spiral of death. So when your cadence drops, the resistance goes up, and your cadence drops more, and you end up like not being able to pedal, and that only gets increased the lower your cadence goes. So trying to do 60 RPM in erg mode would not be a good plan. So let's get cracking. I use the gears, imaginary gears, they're just buttons. I always like loading Zwift up, seeing who's riding and picking somebody to ride with. Tonight I'm going to start the ride with Michelle Holmes. Now Michelle, great triathlete, lives locally to me. We swim together on a Sunday night together. She's faster than me, different lane. However, Michelle passed me on the Outlaw Fall at about 105 miles, like I was stood still on the bike because I'd absolutely blown up, and she came past, no sympathy, nothing. She was like, "See you, Dan." She didn't say that. Anyway, I'll start the ride with her. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and I think whenever I and a lot of people I see say that, you're the nail. Today, I felt like the hammer. I felt like I felt dead easy. I mean, I won't say easy, but you know what it's like when you feel like you nailed a session, like you didn't really have to dig too deep. It was just yep, I can do those numbers, yep, tick them off, done. It was one of those sessions, so it just helped that I've had an easier day yesterday. I'm not doing any training today until tonight, so that just helped, but yeah, really encouraged by that. I mean, the low cadence stuff seems to come quite easily to me because I spend quite a lot of time riding at a low cadence, grinding my way up hills with gears that are too big for me. Maybe that's part of it, but who knows. Anyway, I'm gonna end today's video there. I feel like it's quite long already. Keep an eye out for videos on this channel because whilst I'm trying to stick to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm gonna chuck videos up like this one whenever else I feel like it. It's just that crazy. So if you tick the notification bell down below, then you will not miss an upload. What more could you want? Thank you very much for watching though, guys and girls. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you very soon.